Hello and welcome. So, as I've been doing slowly, is giving you guys more and more information on the world of Firia. Today I will be explaining 4 of the most common magic types that you can find in Firia. The first one is water. Well, actually, technically, I should be going in order. So, the most common is earth. The next most common would be water, then fire, then air. So, if we go in that order of earth being the most common right now, earth magic, or earth mages as I should be calling them, they are able to cast spells that have to do with earth, and they can even manipulate the element as well. They also have manifestations which correspond to their element. So mole-like creatures are pretty common for manifestations, plant-like creatures, or different types of earth and golems. They also usually look like these little chibi people, and they're super cute, super adorable. You definitely would notice them. So earth magic is by far the most common. Then, if we go to the next most common, which is water, they obviously do all the same stuff. They have the ability to use water magic, they have the ability to manipulate water, and their manifestations are often fish-type creatures, amphibian-type creatures, or some type of water-type elemental-like creatures. So, like, it's fluid and it moves and changes shape, and it's literally it might as well just be water. But that's the manifestation, conduit, whichever you wish to call it. Then we move on to fire magic. Fire magic is, as you guessed, like the other two, cast and manipulate fire. So, their manifestations are often certain types of bird-type creatures that are often, correlated with fire. Reptiles is also those are very common for manifestations or conduits, either which you prefer to call them. And sometimes you'll see them with these odd fire, lava, magma type of creatures. It's quite interesting to see. Then finally, we have our air mages. Air magic is, well, you don't really have to create air on Firia, so you can it's mostly just manipulated. So even though they could create air, it's not really necessary because air is everywhere, so it's more so just manipulated. Their manifestations are more oftentimes than not a lot of different types of birds. Sometimes you'll see insects. This one's not very common. So sometimes insects that can fly. Or, they could have a gaseous type of manifestation like creature. So it could be something like that. Each element has different like sub branches. So earth magic, you have your standard earth, which is very common. You have some that learn to manipulate plants. You have some that learn to manipulate metals. You have some that learn to, manipulate other types of aspects of earth. Water is pretty straightforward. We call it water, but it's pretty much liquid. Uh, so, uh, any, for just about anything liquid. Um, so it's not uncommon for those of water magic to learn how to, you know, separate salt from the water. So, you know, desalination, they can do that kind of stuff. They can also, in some rare cases, manage to change properties and make, you know, things like, for example, brew tea faster. They can, you know, just all water, guys. um, yeah, like, so if they have the proper ingredients, they can pretty much make water into anything they want. So long as it's liquid. Fire magic. There's honestly not a lot of options for that. And no, lightning magic is its own thing. It is not involved with fire magic whatsoever. That is its own category. So before I get any comments about fire magic being able to use lightning, that is not a thing. It is something completely separate. So I don't want to hear anything in the comments about, you know, fire being able to do lightning. This is not Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is not, you know, Legend of Korra. It is none of that. This is Firia, and as such, our laws are different. But yeah, no, fire, you can totally, like, have different colors of fire. You could melt things. Fire mages, if working with earth mages, can create lava and magma very easily. Fire mages can also help to make any type of metal weapon with an earth mage, you know, like tempered weapons that are forged, all that kind of fun stuff. They can weld as long as they have the materials. They can do all that kind of fun stuff. As for air magic, pretty much just gaseous magic. It's just called air. In some cases, they can control air like argon. Control helium. You know, all those fun gases that, you know, are there. So, but anyways, all of these subcategories, as you know, I've mentioned a few of them. I haven't mentioned all of them. Some elements have more subcategories than others, and vice versa, you know, all that fun stuff. But to learn certain subcategories, it takes a number of years to learn. You have to understand the properties of the magic. You have to understand the properties of what you're trying to do, and all of that fun stuff. So if you don't have all that understanding, you're not going to be able to do, say, plant control, plant magic. You can't do that because you don't have the understanding of the plants, you don't have the understanding of the soil, you don't have the understanding of the nutrients, you don't have any understanding of any of that. Some areas of expertise need more study than others. But yes, those are the 4 basic elements. I hoped you enjoyed, because I feel like I went all over the place and it was not in a very good order. But I hope I was able to explain things. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment them in the description box below. Or you can go to my Discord server and you can ask me there. Links are all in the description box below as well. But as always, guys, thank you, and I will talk to you later. Sweet nightmares. Bye.